Sounds like Moses is going to be using his shepherd's staff as a walking stick. But will the Pharaoh keep his word? Will he really free 2 million free laborers? We'll find out when we return to Trading Places.
No time to wait for bread to rise? Then feed your family Passover Pita. This tasty flatbread is perfect for families on the go. Whether you're escaping Egypt or just escaping a night in the kitchen, Passover Pita is unleavened. That means you mix it, bake it, and within minutes, sit down to enjoy warm, flat bread with your lamb chops. So try Passover Pita the next time you're in a hurry.
Passover pita's all you need. It's bread without the yeast. Passover pita is a treat for your next family feast. So when you're on the go, no need to knead the dough. Just bake it fast and they will ask,
Pass the pita, please.
Passover pita's neat.
Welcome back to Trading Places. And now it's time to pass over our attention to Frank's team in the Hebrew home.
Ty, you got the doorpost nailed in yet?
Frank, the post is posted. Now, here's the red paint you ordered.
What's the paint for, Uncle Frank?
To represent the blood used at the Passover.
The Passover?
Haven't you ever heard of the Passover?
No.
That's what saved the Hebrews from the last plague of death. See, the first plagues hit only the Egyptians, but the 10th one tested the Hebrews too.
Here's what happened. Moses told each family to kill a lamb and cover their doorposts with its blood. Then they dressed in their traveling clothes and ate the roasted lamb with unleavened bread to show they were ready to leave Egypt at a moment's notice. And when death passed over the homes marked with the blood, the Hebrew children were spared. But because the Pharaoh disobeyed God, the first child in every Egyptian home died.
When the king lost his own son, he begged the children of Israel to get out of there, and he gave them the wealth of Egypt to boot.
Whoa.
Man, that's some send-off.
You'd be right. Now, Frank better give me a send-off to finish Hildy's stuff, or will I ever be in trouble?
You're going, you're gone.
Bye, audience.
While Ty tries to make a golden calf without having a cow, let's listen in as Hildy tells her team about the Hebrews' exit from Egypt.
When the 2 million Hebrews left Egypt, it was called the Exodus, which means the going out.
Oh, you mean like the book of Exodus?
The second book of the Old Testament.
That's right. First, Moses wrote the book of Genesis to record the history of man from creation to the Exodus. Then in the book of Exodus, Moses wrote about the trip from Egypt to the Promised Land.
I'd say Moses' palace education came in handy.
It sure did. But while Moses told the complete history of the Hebrew people, the Egyptians had some things they tried to forget. See this place in the hieroglyphics that's been erased?
You mean down here?
Yeah, there's a picture of soldiers and chariots heading east. Then, just a big blank.
That was the Egyptians' defeat at the Red Sea.
Yes.
I just read about it here in Exodus 14.
Really?
Moses led the people to the sea, only to turn and see the Egyptians were chasing them.
Never trust a pharaoh with false gods.
Really?
So Moses remembered how God had shown his power through the staff. So Moses lifted the staff over the water until the sea parted. Right, Hildy?
You're right. God caused a mighty wind to part the water so the Israelites could walk through on dry ground.
All right.
Then, when the last person crossed, the water fell back into the sea, drowning all the army chasing them.
That's awesome. Great. And if this had been recorded, the next picture would have shown the Hebrews celebrating, right?
Yes, but not over the death of the Egyptians. The Pharaoh was responsible for their deaths because
God loves everyone.
Yes, he does. The children of Israel celebrated that God had once more kept his promise to bless and protect his children.